Welcome and thank you for coming to this area where there are some free videos for you. Let me tell you about these free videos. The subject of wealth creation is vast. If you go to the library, you'll see thousands of books about wealth creation. Where do you start? Even in the Inside Out Wealth, there's just so much content. So to simplify it and to give you just a taste of it, we have these free videos below that'll get you started. In fact, that's the question I want to begin as we start here. How do you begin? How do you start? What are the first things you need to know or need to do in order to start your wealth creation process? Wealth is inside out. It starts with you. And so the free videos are about that. And as you click on each one, they'll be delivered over a course of a week. This will give you just a taste of what's possible for you to become a wealth creator. As we think about inside-out wealth and how wealth is created, let's first define what wealth is. Wealth is not money. Now, if that's shocking, let me tell you what wealth is. If that's what it's not money, that's just the scorecard. That's just the sign of wealth. Wealth is value. Value. So what is your value? What value can you add to yourself, to the lives of others, in your business, in your skills, in your competencies? Wealth is adding value. We add value when people need something or want something. So if you want to do an exercise to begin to discover how you can add wealth and add value that creates wealth in your life, then what are the problems that you can solve? I'd recommend start with the problems you've solved for yourself. Because if you've solved them and that solved a problem that you no longer have, then that has to be worth something. So what are the problems you have solved? What are the problems you're working on now that you are working to solve? And what are the problems that you'd love to work on to solve? People pay money for the solving of problems. The bigger the problem, the more the money. So what value can you add in that way? People also pay money for the fulfillment of desires, things they want. They may not even know they want it yet, but if they heard about it, if they discovered it, they want it. So what can you offer there? Well, this all comes now back to you and to your inside wealth. What wealth do you have to give? Here's one of the paradoxes of wealth creation. Wealth is created by giving rather than looking to receive. If your attitude is give me, bring it to me, it's really the wrong attitude in wealth creation. Wealth creation is how I can give and what I have to give that is of value. And when you give it with passion, when you give it with joy, when you give it in such a way that it gives a great experience for the person who's receiving it. So, you may not have your own business. You may not be fulfilling your dreams in that way at this point yet. But if you have a job, do you know how to give value in that job? Do you know how to become invaluable as an employee? Indispensable. So they couldn't get rid of you because you add so much value. More value than maybe you're getting paid for, but that's the key. Once you have that attitude of giving value and of making whatever you do more valuable for the people around you, you are becoming a wealth creator. And just give it enough time, keep practicing that, giving value. Well, this once again comes back to how rich is your mind? How rich is your understanding of the problems or the desires that people have? And so as you make your mind richer, your emotion richer, your state richer, as you become more creative and more of a problem solver, these are the things that turns you into a wealth creator. This is where to begin. If you don't know where to begin, begin with accessing your strengths, your weaknesses, the threats and the opportunities before you, and look at what value you can add. The word wealth and the word value are actually synonyms. They're talking about the same thing. We pay financially money for what has value. When it loses its value, it's worthless. So, as you are able to value yourself, and that may be the first place to start. Your attitude, your beliefs, your understandings about the value that you can add. How is it valuable? So you might want to do a survey among the people that you live with. What is the value that I add to your life? And just asking that question will begin to plant that wealth creation process in you. So here's where to begin. If wealth is adding value, and the money is a sign that you're adding value, then what value can you add to your friends, to your colleagues, to the jobs that you're doing? That you do it with quality, you do it with such value, people find it valuable. And that's the place to begin. When it comes to wealth creation, having a sense of what is true wealth. Now, it involves money. Finances is one way to determine wealth. The equity that you have or the income that you have, the ability to have resources for spending and making choices. So finances is obviously one aspect of wealth. There are many more. Let me ask you, how rich are you in time? Because if you don't have time, how wealthy are you? So being rich in time, having a sense of, I got time to do the things of importance to me. Another aspect of wealth is creativity. Because if your mind isn't very rich, if you don't feel like you have solutions, you have ideas, there's all kinds of possibilities, how rich are you? If your mind is dull and you're living like a zombie. So how rich is your mind? How rich are your relationships? Do you have rich relationships? People that you can depend on, people that you can trust, people who you know love and support you. How rich are your relationships? If you had all the money in the world and didn't have that, how wealthy would you be? Another aspect of wealth is your energy. Wealth is health. It is energy. It is vitality. How wealthy are you in your body? Do you wake up each day with energy and vitality and have a sense of passion and energy for everyday life? Or do you wake up tired and exhausted? If you don't have your health, how wealthy are you? So health as a part of your definition of wealth. Wealth has other types of definitions as well. Your lifestyle. How rich are you in your lifestyle? Is it balanced? Do you have a lot of different choices from your hobbies to the things you do just for fun, with your friends, your lifestyle, the legacies that you're leaving, your spiritual faith? If you're not wealthy in those areas, how wealthy are you? So wealth has many more dimensions than just the finances. Finances is certainly one, but it's just one of many. And when you know what true wealth is, then you'll recognize how it is inside out wealth. And that the first step in creating wealth is being wealthy on the inside, a sense of abundance of your mind, of your emotions, of your language, of your behaviors. And when you know that, you're ready to begin the wealth creation process. So I've mentioned quite a number of things. Would you like to do an assessment for yourself to determine how wealthy you are right now? If so, then either pause this or stop it for just a moment and get a piece of paper and write down all of these dimensions of wealth. First of all, finances. Underneath that, your mind. How wealthy are you? From 0 to 10, put a number there. How wealthy are you in your mind, in your emotions, in your health, in your energy and vitality, in your relationships, in your spiritual faith, whatever that is, your hobbies? Just make a checklist, and for each one, 0 to 10, how wealthy are you now? Do an assessment that wealth is much more than just the money part. For the money part, you might put down your equity, your savings, your income. How wealthy are you there from 0 to 10? So this assessment will help you to measure where you are now, and you may discover, as many people do, they're more wealthy than they thought because some of those things they had not allowed to count. So as you allow them to count on this checklist, then you're ready to move out to financial wealth and to focus on that.
إن أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والاشتراك في القناة.